Hi, I'm going to make this video to send out to a particular individual whose name I don't want to mention, just to give them a little bit of support. They're somebody that's new, taking responsibility for their health, and just to give them a little bit of information. So it's important. I'm just have a list here that I'm going to go through. The chemical industry, you're coming away from a chemical industry that have very high levels of chemicals, and because of that there's a very poor quality nutrition, and certainly very few nutrients. And the brand that you've started to use now, Modere, they are, the support that they have. I mentioned that we have the scientific advisory board. They are an independent board of scientists that come together before any ingredient is used in any of the products that we buy, and they bring all their individual research to the table. They come from toxicology, skin, neurotoxins, neurologists, neuroscientists, skin nutrition. There's a whole body of them. And so that's the great thing, is that this independent, even though the products and ingredients have been researched in the lab, that there is this independent research. Also, the environmental working group, terribly, and it's so excited about this company as well, because they are a second independent group of people. They're scientists that have come together, and I've done this before, I mentioned these before in some other videos, but they've come together and they are making sure that whatever the company is doing is complying with things, cleaning the environment, and making sure that everything they say in relation to health is actually authentic and scientifically proven. And so the chemical industry, we know now that the chemical industry is unsustainable, and the system, I call it customer care is a joke. That's what I would say to people. Customers are just being misled so much. So because of this, customers are beginning to wake up and beginning to take back power. And of course, when you give power back to the customers, everything has to change, because when the truth is out there, it's very clear to see. And so the chemical industry is really being phased out. It's been seriously threatened, especially when you look behind the scenes. And green chemistry, of course, is coming in. Wind and solar and electricity and everything. So for science and for health and wellness, it's neurogenomics, which is the science of very high-powered, effective nutrients that are, found around the world, but just not in general, for general sale at the moment anyway. And then, as I said, keeping a clean environment. So the environmental working group does that. So we're protected. And then when we get our products, you got your products, and I know you've started using the toothpaste and the mouthwash, which you say you're very happy with, and you've just today, I think, starting off with the probiotics, protoenzymes, and the multivitamin tablets, which you're going to start off with. And of course, the next time around, because the liquid minerals will probably be much more effective, and the liquid minerals will get into your blood very quickly and heal much more rapidly if you use the liquid. So for now, I would suggest that you start off by taking just one probiotic a day. You can take it either in the morning or at the night time, and see how you get on. And then after a few days, you can take a probiotic in the morning, a probiotic in the evening. And this is important because when you have a delicate digestive system, it's important, or any illness, it's important that you slowly heal the body, that you just don't come in there with very high-powered nutrients, so that the body gets a healing response, a big healing response. So it's just a nice, slow, gradual introduction of high-powered nutrients into the body, so that the body can gradually clean the body and work with building new cells. So that's why I suggest just starting off gradually, because we in our system, we should have pounds of bacteria in our gut. And it will take time. It's a bit like taking your car, and you put €5 worth of diesel or petrol into your car. It'll take you into town, take you out again, but you know that you need to put more in. So the €5 will be fine when you have a full tank. The €5 will be fine. It'll be just a top up every now and again. So it's the same thing with your bacteria. We start off slowly, but we need to build it up over a period of time, and then we just top up the bacteria um, um, just on a small amount then after that. The multivitamins are important too, because even though if your digestive system is compromised in any way, the minerals from the multivitamins, they will dissolve down into minute form, and it will be much easier as the probiotics work on the bowel. It'll be much easier for the healing and the intestine to be able to take in these nutrients into the blood and start, as I say, healing. So for now, and the omega-3, you too, I think you have the omega-3, which is important, terribly, terribly important. And I haven't covered much, but high cholesterol, healthy cholesterol is terribly important for hormones and brain and skin and everything else. Cognitive thinking as well. So, but for now, what I suggest is that you definitely do not take any bread, that or pasta or any grains. Get rid of all these. This is just pressure, and breads and pastas and all of that that's out there, they just turn into sugar, and sugar is highly inflammatory. The last thing you want going near your gut is anything that's going to be inflaming the bowel. Meat, again, you can stay away from meat. Certainly you can take some liver and kidneys, but not any steaks or any of those beef or muscle kind of meats that are out there. Fish and chicken, yes, nice and light. You can certainly take them. Of course, organic vegetables. I know that you are conscious and working already with a healthier lifestyle, as you know. So certainly, I'm just saying. I always say that, and water. Drinking your water, terribly, terribly important. To drink about 6 glasses of water a day, terribly important, and because you need the water. The water is really a food to the body, and it's important for the brain and for it to carry the nutrients around in the body. And also fat, I mentioned before, rendering fat down. I always get the animal fat from the butcher, put it into the oven, render it down, let it cool off, then pour it into a jar, into the fridge, and as I'm cooking, I just take out this fat and I use it. This Natasha Campbell McBride is a wonderful, wonderful scientist. She's done great research into nutrients, and she is a huge, huge advocate of rendering down the fat for health. And also the bone broth. We have covered the bone broth before. That's terribly important because there's a lot of nutrients in, again, organic meat. When you boil down the bones, there's a lot of nutrients in the marrow of the bone. So that's enough to keep you going for now, I think. Just stick with that. I would say stay for 3 months doing that. And after 3 months, you can certainly, we'll come back and review it and ring me, and I will be seeing you on and off between this and 3 months' time. So we will be talking and knowing how you're getting on, and good luck and great to have you on board. Really, really exciting. As I say, great to come on board and know that looking after your health, you couldn't do anything better than look after your health. Just not worry about that. Know that that's taken care of.